Oh boy, the plot twists continue ahead of the NFL trade deadline. Apparently, according to a new report this morning, the Jets have changed their stance on trading Breece Hall. Alrighty, let's talk about it. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Leston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Here we are, a new plot twist in the Breece Hall story. Of a full article in the YouTube description down below that's got all these details. Let's just go here and say this, right? So I see Alon's already in the chat, and we'll get to you guys. Phone lines will be open later in the show. But Alon has had his arm around me all season going, Paul, the Jets need to trade Breece Hall. He's a free agent next year. Do you want to lose him for nothing like DJ Reed? And I'm like, yeah, Lon, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I guess we got to trade Breece Hall. You're right, man. When you're right, you're right. That was my conversation with imaginary Alon with his arm around my shoulder. And then I see the report this morning, and I see the game over the weekend where Breece Hall runs for $133, catches 2 passes for 14 yards, and even throws in a game-winning touchdown. And we went from talking about 0-17 last week to talking about 10-7 this week. We went from trading Breece Hall last week to, damn it, we got to keep Breece Hall and extend it, baby.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
We got to keep this guy. I've changed my stance. Come on now. We got to keep Breece Hall. Breece. We got to keep him. We absolutely have to keep him now. Come on, man. He's 24 years old, can run the football, catch a football in the backfield. We got to keep him. But here's what the ESPN report. Again, let's get into them, and then I can yell some more about it later. So ESPN dropped a insider article about an hour ago on their website about the latest they're hearing on trade buzz. And Dan Graziano shared this when asked about the Breece Hall trade. This one felt like a slam dunk for most of the season, but it has started to sound a little murkier over the past week. This is coming from, again, ESPN. Dan Graziano and Jeremy Fowler here on the latest with a Breece Hall trade. All right. Again, this one felt like a slam dunk. Hall is not under contract for next season, and the Jets have a pair of young running backs they like, and Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, but Allen is out for the season with this injury, and there are people inside the Jets building who are leery of the idea of trading Hall, who showed Sunday he could still be a dynamic threat and a key element of their offense. The fact is, there's a price for almost everything. And if a team gives the Jets a strong enough offer for Hall, they would probably take it. But a couple of weeks ago, I would have expected them, the Jets, to deal Hall just to get something in return before he left as a free agent. Now it feels more possible that they consider bringing Hall back next season, in which case they might be more hesitant to trade him now. The Jets are on a bye following their win, their first one of the season. They have a lot of decisions to make with teams interested in a lot of their players. This is a long way of saying Hall's chances of being dealt could go either way, but my sense is that it's no longer a sure thing. Connor Hughes explained this on Jets' final drive as well. This idea that there are certain expiring contracts for the Jets, Michael Carter II, Quincy Williams, Breece Hall, and certain players, that earlier this offseason, the Jets had a sense of, let's just trade them. Whoever the highest bidder is, they get him. Like, some teams have a value on a player. I'm just going to make this up. Player X, if we get a third-round pick, he's going. If we don't get a third-round pick, he's not being traded. There's that mindset from a team. There's another mindset from a team. We got to move on from this guy. We got to get something for him or we're going to lose him. We're going to take calls, and whoever the highest bidder is, regardless of what we thought the value was inside, we'll take it. So Michael Carter II. Someone took a 7th. All right. Do I got a 6th? 6th. Okay. Anyone else? A 5th? 5th. All right, sure. 5th. Here it is. Let's go. And then Michael Carter II gets traded. So apparently there's a philosophy shift instead of the Jets doing that, like a lot of people assumed, all right, let's just get the best we can here. They're like, whoa, wait a second, maybe we can keep this guy. Now, let's explore this. I did some research this morning along with the insight from the people of this is the other question we have, right? What is Breece Hall worth? The running back market is sort of weird right now. Sort of weird. There's some at the top they're getting paid like Saquon and Christian getting paid crazy buco bucks. But there's a lot of people being paid in the middle. There's these gaps in the running back market that don't seem to make sense. So if you look at the numbers, Spot Track has calculated market value for most players in the league. Basically, what could they command in terms of contract? Now, according to Spot Track, they believe Breece Hall is worth a 4-year, $38 million extension. That $9.73 million annual salary would place Breece Hall number 11th among the highest paid running backs in football. That's what they believe he's worth. So borderline top 10 running back money, but it's just a hint outside. So under 10 million per year. So that 9 range, which I think where a lot of people thinks he's sort of in that range. Maybe he's going to try to get more, I'm sure, but that's sort of his range. But here's the problem, right? So let's say the Jets offer Breece that, and Breece is like, you know what? I sort of want to test the market. I want to dip my toes in the free agent waters, get my feet and get my toes in the sand for the very first time in free agency. Yeah, I'm good, Jets. Unless you blow me away, I'm not just going to take your deal. I'm going to test out free agency, and I'll let you know. The only way that the Jets can prevent that from happening is by utilizing the franchise tag. The franchise tag. Now, this is a projected number from over the cap, but the projected franchise tag number for next season is $14.14 million. To give proper context for that annual figure, even though it's only a 1-year deal, so keep that in mind, it's not a long-term deal, but that annual figure at the running back position would be the 4th highest total among running backs. In other words, if the Jets slapped the franchise tag on Breece Hall and let him play on it, he'd be the 4th highest paid running back in football. Obviously, that's a little rich. But if the Jets want to guarantee they don't lose him and they already have the cap space, maybe they can use the franchise tag as sort of a holding pattern to buy more time to negotiate a long-term deal. Because that would also prevent Breece from reaching the open market at any point if you franchise tag him. So instead of bidding against yourselves then the market, the Jets can just say, hey, man, you're not being a free agent next year, which would extend their franchise negotiation window through July instead of through March. So it would give the Jets more time to work it out. And again, he's 24 years of age. So those are the numbers. Those are the raw numbers out there in the universe. Breece Hall's in the final year of his rookie deal. His full 4-year standard contract rookie deal was worth about $9 million. It seems like, which is interesting, on the new extension, Spot Track projects that he could be making what he made across 4 years on a per year basis, making $9+ million per year. Again, just a hint under 10 million, which again ranks 11th among the highest paid running backs in football. The franchise tag richer, but it sort of bumps up on a year-to-year basis, especially with the surge of running back big money deals we saw from Saquon and Christian McCaffrey. And let me just say this. If we're hovering in that like just south of 10 million range, I'm in, man. I pay the price. I'm cool with that. And I'm also cool with potentially using the franchise tag. This is a talented player, man. We should just let him walk out the door for a 5th or 4th or God knows what. We should keep him, man. We should keep him. I know it's running back position. I know it's this or that, but you know what? He's a fun player. We need fun players on offense. He's young. I'm keeping Breece Hall, man. I've completely changed my stance. I'm completely changed. Not that I was all in on let's just trade him for a bag of donuts. I was never there, of course. But, yeah, man, I've changed the stance. Changed it.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Yeah, I'm on the other side as well. We do have some injury news. We'll get to that from late last night from ESPN Info Insider Jeremy Fowler. But let's get to a gifted membership, baby. Shout out to MFC. Let's go. And folks, by the way, MFC, that is your 19th raffle ticket so far this month. Appreciate it, guys. You have a few more days to get involved before the end of October, baby. Make them rain. Your super chats, memberships, all of that is welcome here on the program. And we'll also have a special guest joining us in about 20 minutes. So more on that coming up as well. I can't friggin' wait. Beautiful. All right, MFC, let me update the scrolling ticker to represent yourself. You are 4th this month in raffle tickets. There you go. There's our active top 5 leaderboard, baby. And again, if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the money sign. Super chats and memberships are all welcome. We have 200 plus people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Here on the YouTube. The optimal way to enjoy the show. Let's get to this. Some late breaking injury news from ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler. You hate to see this, for sure. And here it is. Let's get the update music for an injury for a New York Jet. Injuries you don't want to hear, and this just coming in from Jeremy Fowler. Yeah, this just came in last night. He's my guy. I wanted the Jets to sign this guy. They signed this guy. I lost my gosh darn bananas for this guy. Andre Cisco has a pectoral tear that needs repair. Cisco signed with the Jets of free agency on a 1-year deal. He suffered the injury versus the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll have to keep an eye on this. What does that mean? Is a pec tear out for the season? What's the injury report? I have not heard yet specifically on the timeline, but we're halfway through the season. That could very well put him out for the year, which is terrible news. I love Andre. I got to cover him here in college at Syracuse, ball hawk extraordinaire. We had not seen that, unfortunately, here with the Jets this season. I thought he was going to explode. I thought this was one of those classic cases, and I said this back in free agency, of you get the player coming off a bad year, which he was in Jacksonville, but he's super talented and super young. Man, he could have had that bad year on any of the other years. And if you rearrange which year he had the bad year, Andre would have gotten a fat extension from Jacksonville because his first couple of years were awesome. And then he had the bad year at a contract year, which was terrible timing. And so, that messes with Andre. And I'm like, man, we get him for cheap for 1 year. And then either we or somebody else is going to pay him a lot of buco bucks. And he did not have the season I was hoping for. He did get the only takeaway of the Jets' season, falling on that fumble from Jarvis Brownlee, punching it out. So salute to Andre. But yeah, terrible news coming there from ESPN info insider Jeremy Fowler. Let's see what the Jets do at safety. Let's see. Alon says, Cisco's been a bum. Ball hawk 0 picks. Yeah, he has had no picks here. Yeah, but he's had a lot of picks in the NFL and a lot of picks in college. But unfortunately, that is not translated, which is terrible news. Terrible. So we'll see what the Jets end up doing at safety now. That probably puts Tony Adams back in the lineup, and it's Tony Adams and Malachi Moore, I imagine. But we'll see. William Ameley. Breece's talent and age in his favor. Either Jets pay him or we get a 3rd-round pick. Yeah, here's the other thing. I didn't really explain this in the piece, but comp picks are just not guarantees, which is what Alon has reiterated, and I've said as well throughout this process, is that it is not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. It's based on the free agent signings you make and the free agents you lose, and it's sort of a combo platter here of what happens. It's a combo platter of what happens together. So it's no guarantee. So even if Breece gets an awesome deal from somebody else, the Jets have $70 million in cap space. They're going to be tempted to spend some of those bucks, and you don't want that to nullify and cancel out other deals, which has happened to several key free agent losses, including DJ Reed this past year. So Breece Hall, comp pick at any level, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, is not a guarantee, which is why some people say trade him for anything, because first off, you get that sooner. Comp picks don't hit in 2026. They hit the year after. So if the Jets, quote unquote, get a comp pick for Breece, they're not going to get it for this upcoming draft. They're getting it for the following draft. So it's not a guarantee, and you don't get it the same year. If you trade him, it's guaranteed. It's the pick, and you get it normally in the year in which you execute the trade, although that can be up in the air too, I suppose. People could totally trade for other picks in other years, but so the comp pick thing is not a guarantee. That's part of the problem. Craig Hatch. What's going on, fellas? Keep them all. Swap picks in the draft, get a 3rd rounder, build this team right. Yeah, there's still other ways, 100%, to get that 3rd and 5th that are missing currently on the Jets draft bingo card. Their 3rd rounder is missing because they made that Hassan Reddick trade last year. Yikes. And then their 5th round pick is missing because they traded up for Tyler Barron, who has been a disaster. So, yeah, they are missing some holes in the cheese here in the 3rd and 5th specifically. So, yeah, they could try to cover up that gap. Old Yankin here. See you, buddy. I'd rather have Malachi Moore all day. Cisco, 41 tackles with Tony Adams combined, only 9 missed. Not terrible. Yeah, but I expected more. Indy says, Breece Hall, 4-year deal, $48 million. Oof, that's a little rich for me, man. I'm not sure. And then 30 to 33 of that guarantee. That's a lot of buco bucks. It's a lot of buco bucks. That's the equivalent of 2 franchise tags, which I guess depending on structure, that could work. That's a little richer than I expected, but I'm sure. Yeah, I bet he stays for that. That price is a little richer than but I'm willing to. But the point is I'm willing to talk, right? Like, so Breece and your agent, get across the table and let's start hemming and hawing this thing. Let's try to see what it looks like. I'm willing to negotiate. I'm not going to be the Giants and say, hey man, here's the line, accept it or not, or we're just going to franchise tag your ass. Like, I don't want to upset Breece Hall. But it is a negotiation, and there are, sometimes things get tough in the negotiating room. But I do hope we keep him. It's just fun to watch him play football, man. And, man, he showed contact balance. He was breaking tackles. I mean, there's just so much to like. Kevin on our YouTube channel says, can't trade Hall. We won't get what he's worth. That's probably true. That kid to it. I was thinking 10 or 11 million. Okay, so a little higher. Yeah, sure. Antjets82 says, that's not terrible on the 9 million projection on a per year basis, according to Spot Track for Breece Hall. Again, if you're just joining us, we have a full article in the YouTube description down below. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. If you guys are watching on YouTube, that's a free way to contribute. I appreciate the people that get involved on the raffles. Again, $3 per raffle ticket for all our wonderful raffle prizes, which, by the way, real quick, let's flip those over on the board and show you guys what is cooking this month for our juicy raffle, baby. Oh, yeah. I love doing the raffles. Every month, it's a cool way to give back to the fans in an affordable way. I want as many people to be involved in these raffles as possible. I don't just want to make these caviar raffles where it's $50 a ticket or something on some big-ass item. I try to make it affordable for everybody. Here is this month's raffle prizes. We'll give this away to someone on November 1st, baby. All you have to do to be eligible for all of this, all these prizes go to one person. Just spend $3. 3 George Washingtons. That's it. At any point during this month, and again, you have a couple days left. Today's the 29th, so you have through Friday, Halloween night, to send in your raffle tickets. Here are the prizes that are up for grabs. A random vintage Jets player t-shirt. I love throwing those in there. And then you guys open it up. A mystery prize. A Boy Green Woody tailgate package. Again, we had a Jets Cowboys tailgate. We got the t-shirt, koozie, Jets coaster, bottle openers. There's a whole fun surprise pack. You guys will get in there. Vintage Jets NFL Combine, authentic cold gear long sleeve with hood. It's got the Jets, old Jets logo on it. Very nice. And then the 1975 official New York Jets yearbook cover. All of those items will go to one person on November 1st. Good luck. We'll draw that winner on November 1st and immediately announce on Saturday with Pop the brand new prize for November. And I think you guys are going to be giddy for November. That's going to be sweet. So make sure you guys keep those memberships and super chats raining from the high heavens, baby. Let's go. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. All right, let's keep reading your guys' super chats coming in here. Let's keep reading your comments. And again, like I said, we'll have a special guest joining us in a few moments. Oh, good night. Mr. Famous Folta with a medical update. Morning, Paul. I'm in the hospital getting my knee surgery. Keep me in your prayers for me. Unless I missed that. That is, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Mr. Famous Folta, praying for you, man. I just had knee surgery a couple years ago. Had to totally reconstruct my knee. Blew out my ACL. Had a little bit of meniscus damage from a Taekwondo injury. So it can be scary, man. But hey, prayers up. And I'm sure you're in great hands there with your medical personnel around you. So best of luck. I don't know what you did to your knee because LCL, PCL, MCL, PCL, LCL could be meniscus. There's all kinds of damage that could be happening. So just, hey, be very careful on your rehab process of getting back together. But you also got to be active. That's another biggie. For me, it was very difficult to get knee surgery because I was very active. I did a ton of Taekwondo before the injury. Then the injury hits you, and you're sort of, for me, I was immobilized with the leg lock. leg lock brace I had. So I just sat around and ate a lot. I got fat, even fatter. So the key is trying to get that physical rehab activity. I used to go to PT for a couple times a week, but you just really, the real PT is on your own. You got to rest, but also get that PT in. That's a big key. So good luck on surgery, my man. Good luck. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Michael Russo says Breece Hall just wants to get paid. Of course he does. Yeah. Yeah, he deserves to get paid. He's done very well. Yo, Holmes. Breece can think whatever he wants. We've already seen what happens when you pay non-Pro Bowl players Pro Bowl money. Well, I don't think $9 million a year would be Pro Bowl money. I mean, it's outside the top 10. I wouldn't count that Pro Bowl money. Now, Sherwood, fine. Top 5, highest paid linebacker in football, yes. Michael Carter the second. It's MC2, not MC3, unless his son's coming to play for the Jets too. He became the highest paid slot defender in football with none of those Pro Bowls. But deeper level analytics showed that Michael Carter was very good. So those guys got that sort of money. But Breece Hall, I don't think there's any conversations right now to make him a top 5 highest paid running back in football outside of what the franchise tag would allow in a short temporary period of time. But again, the good news is if you franchise tag him, you can use that to negotiate more and then get a long-term deal done that's less than the franchise tag amount. Because I don't imagine the Jets are going to pay him $14+ million per year on the long-term deal. So, and it sort of works both ways because Breece Hall doesn't want to just play for a 1-year deal because if he gets hurt after the 1-year deal, he's in a tough position. So he probably wants the long-term financial security of getting a multi-year deal. So the franchise tag may make him angry or something, but again, if that ultimately leads him to the path of the multi-year deal, it's good for both parties. Jets don't have to have that chunk of money because a franchise tag number, that is immediately, when you place a franchise tag on Breece Hall, that $14 million and change is immediately on the books for the Jets. So they don't want that. They don't want that albatross $14 million counting. If they sign him to a long-term deal, they could chop it up however they want. Maybe they're only paying Breece Hall, I'm making this up, $5 million in 2026 instead of $14 million. They can spread it out over multiple years. They can front load it. They can back load it. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. So I imagine they want that flexibility too. So maybe that, again, is the path to getting the long-term deal if that's where they're going to go. Matthew Wright. Paul, why not just pay him $12 million, make him happy? If that's his number, again, I'm willing to negotiate. It's not my money anyway, but I'm willing to talk. I don't have a hard, fast line like, hey, man, $9.5 million, take it or leave it. There's a negotiation element. Breece Hall brings more than just being a running back. He can catch the ball to the backfield when used properly. He obviously could throw it too, apparently. So, yeah, if 12 is his number, maybe we could get there. Maybe we could get there. It's, again, a little richer than I thought, but still, that's still outside the top 5. Let me pull that back up. I just had that up earlier. Let me see from over the cap. What would 12 be? What would the 12? Where would that sit? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be tied for 6th highest paid running back in football. Right now, Josh Jacobs is making $12 million per year. But Josh Jacobs just has some insane production. So I guess that's where we're getting. James Cook is making it 11.5 per year. Tyron got a sweetheart deal at $11 million per, and they've had a lot more unique production. Like I said, Aaron Jones just feels like a good comp. He's a receiving back out of the backfield. Yeah, again, you can. I'm just looking down the running back numbers. I'll pull them up so you guys can see them too here. So I'm not just seeing it alone. Let me pull up through the numbers they're saying. So let's just go here. Let's throw this up here on the bingo card while we're talking about it here. Here are the highest paid running backs in football. This is over the cap. Over the cap shows you on a per year basis. So let's throw this up on the bingo card here. Here we go. Hide your comment here for a second. Okay. So the top of the market, like I said, you have 2 guys that are at the top of the market that are just, they keep ding-donging each other. So Saquon's making 20.6. Christian McCaffrey's making 19. And then there's a $4 million gap between CMC and Derrick Henry, a sizable gap in the marketplace. So Saquon and Christian are outliers. Now we go into the other meat of it. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry. Again, Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry, while Derrick Henry is performing not up to snuff this year, let's see how he looks with Lamar Jackson returning on Thursday Night Football in that Dolphins game. But Jonathan Taylor and him are playing insane. Christian McCaffrey also. So again, if you're Breece, like Alvin Kamara level production here. Alvin Kamara has never had a 1,000-yard rushing season either, for those who don't know. So he's the Breece Hall of runners, but he's also a dynamic receiver. So maybe he can make, and that's $12.25 million. So maybe you can make a strong case of Breece being the Alvin Kamara light. I was going to bless myself. Sorry about that. So, maybe he can make an argument for around that 12 area. I think that's a pocket. Where we're really talking about here is ceiling Alvin Kamara. That's $12.25 million. And then it goes down to like Aaron Jones at 10. I think that's sort of the sweet spot, although Spot Track projected it to sort of be in the David Montgomery, James Conner, Joe Mixon range is sort of what Spot Track's calculated market value was there. So again, but the point is that there's some negotiation to be had here. There's definitely some negotiation to be had. One second here. Let's do this. We'll play a quick timeout. And again, we have a special guest and so much more coming up. Hang on tight, folks. We'll be right back after this.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man.
Moron!
Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Bright Green. Everyone.
J-E-T-S. Jets.
Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Talking Jets football, man.
Moron!
Bugging daily, bugging daily, bugging daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Bright Green.
J-E-T-S. Jets.
Let's go!
There you go. Excuse me. Sorry. Getting some of that sickness back, apparently. Shout out to Hepster. He's one of the best in the business. Baby, make sure you guys like the video. I see we have over 500 people in the room. Hey now. And over 100 of those are on YouTube, but we only have 35 likes on YouTube. Guys, make sure you like the video. That is free to do. It's right in front of you. What are you waiting for? 70-plus people watching the show right now on YouTube. Spread the gospel. Get this Jet show in front of other Jet fans. That's the easiest way to contribute. Let's go. Oh, EZ as a super chat suggestion. Interesting.
Wow.
Wait, EZ, you have 7 raffle tickets for our contest, buddy. Breece, $4 million, 4 years, 27 guaranteed. You must mean 40 million. So 40 million, 4 years, 10 million per year, 27 million guaranteed. That's an interesting number. That sort of is Aaron Jones-esque in terms of the per year value at 10. I can rock with 10. I can rock with 10 and 27 million guaranteed. That's a comfortable guarantee too. That's essentially so with Easy's numbers. That's 10 million per year average, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would tie him for 9 as the 9th highest paid running back in football. So he's in the top 10. Nice. Breece, in terms of guarantees, it's essentially the equivalent of 2 franchise tags. So you're covered for 2 years. Franchise tag number projects to be 14 million and change. So it's a little more than 2 franchise tags, or a little less, than 2 franchise tags at 27 million guaranteed overall in the contract. But that gives him pretty solid guarantees there at the running back position. So interesting. That's a good super chat suggestion, Easy. Good super chat suggestion. Yeah. Let me get some of your other questions and comments. Again, we'll open up the phone lines here in a little bit as well. We'll do that here in a second. We should have a special guest joining us here momentarily. We'll see if that comes through in a handful of moments here. Yo Holmes says, Kamara, again, another Pro Bowler, 5-time Pro Bowler. Again, but where the comp exists, Joe Holmes, he's never had a 1,000-yard rushing season. So he's been a very unique Pro Bowl case. Okay, he's been a dynamic receiver out of the backfield. Alvin Kamara, I'll pull up his numbers here because I know some of them off the top of my head, but hey, we have the internet, baby. So the most rushing yards he's ever had in a season is 950. He had that in 2024. He hasn't carried the rock a ton. He only has 3 seasons in his career where he's ran the ball over 200 times. So again, very unique player. Now, where he beats Breece is on those touchdowns. Kamara, in 2 of his first 4 years in the league, had double-digit touchdowns. So, like, he was a touchdown monster, and that gave him a lot of notoriety, too. But, yes, he is a very unique beast, though, at the running back position, I would say, Yo Holmes. A very unique beast indeed. John LG, look at all the guys getting paid. Breece is younger than all of them. Yeah, do they have ages right next to here? They do. I'll get back to your comment here, John. Yeah, we've got Saquon 28, Christian McCaffrey 29, Derrick Henry 31, Jonathan Taylor 26, Alvin Kamara 30, Josh Jacobs 27, James Cook 26, Kyrie Williams 25, Aaron Jones 31, Joe Mixon 29, James Conner 30, David Montgomery 28. Yeah, that covers the majority of the list. Yeah, I mean, the comp is probably Kyron, who's 25. He's making 11 mil per. And Breece is 24. Breece turns 25 during the offseason. So he and Kyron are sort of in the same lane there from that age perspective. But yeah, he is younger than all of them. He's incredibly young. And that's another reason why, if you think about, like, man, how much more runway does this guy have? He's not anywhere near 30. So if you gave him a 4-year deal, that's sort of been the popular year projection some of you guys have been putting out there. Like, and I'm sure Breece would love that too. So he's 24 right now, gets a 4-year deal. He's 28 and can hit the free agency market or get another deal one more time. There's a compelling case for that too. Yeah. Very compelling case. So no, those numbers make sense. Yo Hums, is Aaron Rodgers an all-time great? Yes, if you're talking about Aaron Rodgers, very clearly is an all-time great. Yeah. Yeah, he is an absolute all-time quarterback. He's one of the greatest stories of the football I've ever seen. Yeah, he is absolutely a top. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to moonwalk into the Hall of Fame. Although you guys are having a different quarterback debate in the chat, which I enjoy. Very fun. Why don't we do this? We should have a special guest joining us, but for now, we will open up the phone lines. I already played the Hep song, although you can always do it twice. But yes, let me open up the phone lines right now here on the program. We'll take your phone calls. If we get a special guest, he will co-host the rest of the show with me, and he will take your calls as well. The phone lines are now open. That's youtube.com/boygreen25. Again, like the video. That is the free way to contribute to this gosh darn program, everybody. That is the free way to contribute. So make sure you guys take full advantage, baby, here on the show. And again, we should have a special guest joining us here in just a little bit. But let's go to the phone lines. Up first, Indy Jets.
Good morning, BG.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, I love the show with you and Woody yesterday.
Thank you.
And Woody and I talked after the show.
Yeah.
And I one of the big topics you laughed with the Woody Johnson comment.
Oh yeah, right. Him being like the master motivator. Yeah, like that's
well, he talked about completing a pass, right?
Right.
I mean,
yes, yeah.
And I never actually went and watched the whole clip. And and Woody and I kept, he said that Woody said quarterback. Woody never said that. Watch the clip. He basically just said, "Hey, we need to complete passes," which he was not wrong. And he was not, and not one time did he ever throw the quarterback under the bus. We were, whether we were dropping passes, whether Tyrod Taylor was throwing passes short, late, whether it was Justin Fields holding onto the ball, all those things. Woody Johnson said, "Look, the defense has improved." He didn't lie. The special teams had gotten better. He didn't lie. And we just needed to complete passes. Well, to complete a pass is a quarterback throwing to the wide receiver, tight end, running backs, and we were dropping passes. We were, both quarterbacks were not playing well. And so I never took that he threw Justin Fields under the bus. He threw the offense under the bus, saying we need to complete passes, and then the offense will improve. He's not wrong. And as an owner, when we all saw the deficiencies of what our offense for 0-7, what it did, he's not wrong. And he turns around and gives all the credit to the Jets fans. He tried to make a little joke. He's got a very dry sense of humor. That's typically what billionaires do. Okay, fine. But I think the media blew that up way too much compared to what he actually said. He never said our quarterback needs to do better. He didn't say that. He just said our offense needs to be better. Well, is he wrong? No. And so I think the media just blew that out way too. That's what New York media does. We take they take a little snippet and blow it out farther than what it needed to be. And I actually sit and watch the clip several times just to okay, maybe I missed something, but I don't think Woody said Woody.
Yeah, I do the same thing now because now it's impossible. So.
Right? Yeah, Woody and Woody. I don't think he said anything wrong.
We've got shout out to Tom Rock of Newsday. He has over 60 seconds of that Woody Johnson unedited clip, I believe, and we'll just all hear it together. So here's Woody Johnson at the league meetings in New York City.
What's your confidence level in Aaron to turn it around?
Well, it looks like he's turning around parts of it. It's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we've got. He has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league. You have to play consistently with, at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do for the remainder of the season.
So what gives you hope then? What's the hope?
I just think defense, special teams are doing better. The defense is pretty good, and if we can just complete a pass, it would look good. We got to complete some passes. You got to convince them that you can do something. Otherwise, it's hard to have a game that you could win.
What do you say to the fans who've lost hope? I know it's early.
And then it cuts off there.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Indy,
yeah.
I want to say this. I love you. I love you, Indy. You're Uncle Indy. I love you. You're part of the family. At Thanksgiving dinner, I'm going to be looking down potatoes, Indy, as I'm setting them down. And the media has a very checkered history of blowing things out of proportion. After hearing that full clip, they definitely did not blow things out of proportion. He clearly, while he didn't say Justin Fields by name, I don't think it takes many connecting of the dots to know who he was talking about. And to your point, he cracks a joke, but like at the expense of Justin Fields. If we could complete a pass, there's a few chuckles in the media. Like, I don't know, man. That's
was he wrong? No, wait. Was he wrong?
He's not wrong, but he's the owner, which
right.
It's twofold, right? He's the owner. He can say whatever he wants. He owns a team. This is his plaything. He can say whatever he wants. But again, when you have a guy under contract that's part of the team, that's extra pressure. Now, hey, Woody should get all the credit because, again, we're sort of joking about it, but master motivator. Justin just delivered either the best or second best performance of his career. So thanks, Woody. Can you start doing that every week? I'm all for it.
Yeah. I think that, even Tyrod's performances weren't very good. His quarterback rating, which is what he was talking about, the quarterback rating. Right. Yeah. No quarterback, no coach. He was actually talking about the coach, and he said no coach is going to succeed with a quarterback rating like that. I agree with him.
Right, he's defending Aaron Glenn, obviously. So,
yeah, he was more of a bit. That's what I was getting at. Is he was kind of building. He was defending AG, saying, "Look, that AG has not been successful because of the quarterback rating." And I get it, whether it's Tyrod's quarterback rating or Justin Fields' quarterback rating. The quarterback play has been atrocious through 7 games. And I don't disagree with him. It's nothing that you and I wouldn't have said or have.
Sure.
I mean, we've all been
Definitely
saying.
said. Yeah.
So Woody is not just an owner. He described that very well. He's also a fan. He's been a fan of the New York Jets before he took ownership.
Mhm.
And he'll probably always be a fan. And so he's talking as a fan. And I don't think you want an owner to not be a fan of the game and to not be a fan of the team. So he's more talking as the fan to say, hey, we just need better quarterback play. And
But
I
it
don't
doesn't get
want.
perceived as a fan, though, right? Like, he could be a fan, and that's awesome. And I would hope he's a fan. He bought the team for
Yeah.
a ton of money, but like his position, he's not a fan. He's the owner of the team, and he's not talking at the bar with his buddies. He's talking about it with a group of media reporters that are then going to hear whatever he says and write stories and do interviews and podcasts, everything else. So Woody carries a big stick. What he says matters differently when I say I'm Boy Green Daily, with all due respect to myself. His comments and words carry weight. Taking
Great.
shots at his quarterback, like,
Okay, so if that's the case,
Yeah.
then Woody basically guaranteed AG his job because
He
he
did?
was
Yes, I agree.
So, but
Yeah.
the media ran with AG being on the hot seat. So you see what I'm saying is how the media turned it from, we kind of threw Fields under the bus, but we didn't give Woody credit saying AG is locked in. He's not going anywhere. He'll be here. Woody really believes in AG. I at least if we're going to go by what he said, that's what he said.
Yeah. There's a massive vote of confidence, 100%.
Right, and I really like the end of that, and at the end of the interview, it's not in that 60-second
It's not
clip,
in that clip, right? Yeah.
he said, "What's the best thing about the New York Jets?" Or he was asked the question.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And the best thing about the New York Jets is the fans.
Yes.
And I love that. He understands that it's about the fans.
Yeah.
The guy wants to win. New York Jets have just like we haven't recovered a turnover for a long time because the ball just hasn't bounced our way. It's an oblong ball, and we've just been dealing with it for 30 years. But I like some of the things. I like what he says. I think as an owner, he wants to win. It has nothing to do with money. He's got money. The wins and losses do not affect his pocketbook like some of us seem to think, or some people seem to think. It doesn't affect his pocketbook. It doesn't hurt him.
I think, yes, that part of it that people bring up all the time, and I see it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Sometimes people call in and say, like, that's how to hurt him. Like, don't go to the games. If you don't go to the game, someone else is going to the game. I don't,
exactly. So the money, he wants to win. He's been trying. He's brought in these players. He's brought in different coaches. He's brought in different general managers. He's trying to win. It just hasn't happened, and I get it. Cleveland hasn't won a Super Bowl. There's a lot of teams that haven't won a Super Bowl in their history. At least we have the one.
That's true.
He's trying. And as far as Breece goes,
Yeah.
I threw out that $48 million deal.
Yes, the 12
when
yep.
Okay, but when you throw in a 30-year guarantee, if you do that 4 years, all that is that fourth year is just where you can throw you can move, cap space around. That ends up to being a $10 million, a 3-year, $10 million deal.
Right. Yeah. Contracts aren't always what they appear. Fair enough.
Exactly. Just like the two we just signed with Sauce and Garrett, the tail end of that, they're not playing out that full contract. And if you throw in a 4-year deal to Breece, he's not playing out that contract either. So that allows him 3 years. That puts him at 27. And at the end of that 3 years, in essence, where he's got that fourth year where they can either trade him, renegotiate, which is probably what they will do because they won't play that. They never play that bloated fourth year.
Right.
But it allows the team to move cap space into that, back in contract and he's still guaranteed. That still gets him at 10 a year, which is about where he.
And I think that's a very respectable
Yeah.
figure. I mean, shoot, over 4 years he made $9 million, and he's in the last year of that. To make more than that immediately in your first year and then every year moving forward, I mean, that seems like a very respectable upgrade of place to go for sure.
Exactly, and they can but they can manipulate that cap space by here's your site. They could give him a $20 million, $30 million guarantee and give him a $20 million signing bonus.
Sure,
but you can spread that cap hit out over 4 years, and it doesn't affect our cap literally. I mean, that's a little bit of nothing. And then you keep him locked up for 3 years, and hopefully in 3 years, because you've got your wide receiver, you've got your corner, you've got him locked up. You can spread it out. Now you can go get a quarterback who will be on a rookie contract. That's not going to hurt the cap a lot, and maybe in 2 years when and it makes sense to Breece. It would make sense to Breece in 2 years. The Jets hopefully, get things turned around. His stock value raises, and he's still only a 27-year-old running back. He can get a third big contract at that point in time. So it would make sense for Breece to stay. Take that 10 million, or whatever it is, and even 11 million, it's still hurting.
Sure.
And at the end of that 3 years, he's still a young guy and can get another big contract. If he leaves now, he may be on a winning team, this year, but that team may go downhill in a matter of 2 years, and his stock will go down. At least with the Jets, there's a chance where we get the rookie quarterback next year, and the Jets stock starts rising. His stock rises, and when he's ready for that next big contract in 3 years, he'll get paid. Now, whether the Jets do it or whether they trade him, whatever. But to me, it makes sense for Breece to stay here. It makes sense in his camp to stay here. And let's hope he does. We as fans, we're fans of Breece. We want him to stay, and I don't think he's not gonna want Derrick Henry money. He's not gonna want that 13, 14, $15 million a year. And I don't think there's a team that would give him that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Based on the injury history, the inconsistency, whether it's him or the team that's around him, I don't think he gets that sort of money. No, that would surprise me.
And I think James Cook is probably a little underpaid, but that's going to be
11 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, 16 touchdowns last year was Breece hasn't had that, so he's going to be. I think the James Cook salary or contract would be Breece's ceiling. He's that would be the highest. I mean, I don't think he would get any more than that. So from any team, so I think he's going to be at that 9 to 10.5, somewhere in there.
All right. Well, we'll see where it rocks. Indy, I love the call, man, and thank you, Woody Johnson's PR team appreciates how you tried to spin that. I'm just kidding, although I'm not kidding. I'm sort of serious, but yes, that was interesting. 2 things here. First off, guys, I don't know if you saw this because we want to keep enjoying it from the Jets-Bengals win. Inside the NFL gave us a sneak peek into the locker room. Oh, I love this clip, baby.
Who want to fly with them?
Oh, yeah, AG. Who wants to fly with them fucking Jets and doing the Jets celebration? Oh, baby. This is the AG we're waiting to see. Oh, baby. That was great. Great clip. There's like a 2 or 3 minutes. The coolest part was what I just showed you. But, yeah, they have everyone mic'd up. It's pretty cool. So there you go. A new video for the selection. Got to keep that one in the hopper. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Kyle Clifton graces us with his presence. Kyle?
What's going on, BG?
Hey, a Jets win, baby. That's what's going on. Thank the Lord above.
There you go. So I disagree on Breece. I don't think that you take a good game against one of the worst rushing defenses in the league and totally change your position if you're in the personnel department for the New York Jets.
All right.
So, he's been underwhelming for his entire body of work. Some of that has to do with injuries. Some of that has to do with scheme. It doesn't necessarily have to do with his talent. Mm-hmm. We understand this. But, based on what you were saying with his injury history,
sure,
do is you go out to him with a 2-year deal with guaranteed money that will surpass what the franchise tag would be for 2026, which I think is 13.6 and change, right?
Yeah, it's a little higher. 14.14 is what it's at. Projected. We don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but yeah, it's projected. Yeah.
So you basically go to him for a 2-year deal, and maybe you put the number at 9 and 9.5 for each years, and you put the guaranteed money with over the guaranteed money that would be in the tag for 2025. So maybe you put a void year at the end of it, right?
Yeah, I was about to say you would have to do something to split that up, because obviously, if Breece is to take that deal that you're suggesting, it has to be better than the franchise tag in terms of overall money. That 14.14 is fully guaranteed. So the guarantees of whatever this mini extension would have to be more than that, or else he would say, why would I just lock my life up for longer for not the dip on the other side? So yeah, it would have to be, I don't know.
So maybe $7.75 million next year. You guarantee, something like $5 million and a half or 5.25 in the year, and you put like $2 million in void, whatever that ends up being for 2027. But you don't want to be locked into this guy for the long term with his injury history, especially because you probably could get a 4th-round pick for him, and with a 4th-round pick. You saw with the 125th pick of the draft last year, who the Buccaneers got, right? Or in 2024.
Yeah, Bucky, you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So, you will be able to build this team if you get a draft pick for Breece Hall. It might not be a 3rd, but that 4th-round pick has value, whether it's to go up or what have you. You want to keep your powder dry with running backs, considering that we have other guys that are already in house that can fill the spot, and you probably can go out in the middle rounds and get a replacement. The NFL views these guys as fungible. They are interchangeable parts. The guys that are the Saquons are few and far between, and I don't think Breece is that, to be quite frank with you. I think
he hasn't proven to be. That's a fair statement. Like, again, you look at, I don't have the graphic up anymore, but you look at the highest paid guys of Jonathan Taylor's and Saquon Barkley's, like, they have just had unquestionably leading the league in rushing seasons, or like those kind of, feathers in the cap. Breece has none of those feathers in the cap outside of, what was it, 2 years ago, he was 3rd in all-purpose yards behind Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey. Like, outside of that very specific year, he just hasn't had it beyond that.
And I don't want to come off as harsh, because I like Breece, right? I think he's a good player. I think in the right scheme, if he's healthy, he could really help us. However, this is the league, right? This is how the league views these players. And if you were going to have this type of cap room and you're going to have multiple picks, you're going to prioritize some other positions in order to make your team better, and this team needs to get better. I appreciate your time, Boydre.
All right, there he is, Kyle Clifton, joining us here on the show. Hey, I like differing opinions, and certainly we're having that on this Breece Hall conversation. Shout out to the 800 people who are friggin' in the room right now. Good Lord have mercy. That's what I love to see, baby, as we're having great conversation here. We have 8,120 subscribers right now, and 700 plus people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video and hit subscribe. We're trying to make a chase to 10,000 subscribers. So, hey, we've got people watching on the Facebook page, the YouTube page, Twitter out there in the universe as well. I see we have 600 plus people there on Twitter too. Make sure you guys hop on over to YouTube, youtube.com/boygreen25, baby, for New York Jets daily content. It's the best. Before we go back to the phone lines, to see Troy has a question. Beachy, do you think some of these guys have seen too much losing that they just want out, unfortunately? I'm sure that exists out in the universe. Again, I don't know if Quinnen is this guy. I saw Quinnen in the Inside the NFL behind the scenes, who was giving this cool hug to AG in the locker room, and that seemed very emotional. But yeah, like, Quinnen has been here since 2019. Every year of his career has been losing. Every year has been shitty quarterback play. I mean, I don't blame, and we saw again a hint of it during the past offseason when the Jets moved on from Aaron Rodgers, and he was like, another rebuilding year. Like, obviously, the frustration is palpable. It is bubbling with some of these guys that have been here for a long time. So, no, sure, there may be several players on this team. I can't be trotting through my rainbows and cherry land over here. Like, yeah, I'm sure some of these players are like, F this. I'm ready. I've experienced A. I'm ready for B. I don't know what B is. I don't know what's behind door number 2, but shit, I'd like to find out. There may be several players who are like that. I can't speak to that. And if they don't want to be here, then don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you, man. Take the door. I want players who want to be here. And Breece has said publicly he wants to be here, but does he really or not? I guess we'll see when the negotiating comes, Troy. But it's a good comment. Thank you very much for the question. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here on the program. The legendary Chef Kevin Gilbert joins us here on the show. Chef?
BG, man, salute to you. Salute to the Coffee Club members. Shout out number one Austrian Jet fan, man. Good seeing you back.
Yeah.
RIP to the GOAT, man. Nick Mangold, such a great dude, man. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to meet him, but just seeing the interactions and then hearing the stories from everybody, you just feel for the situation. You feel for the family. Us as a community, us as a fan base, we all know we lost a really good one. So that's why it made that win this past Sunday like even more special.
100%.
I get the those Nancys that wanted us to go winless for the whole season and all that. How can maybe mess up some stuff, but at this point, man, there's no like clear cut quarterback that could like really take us to the promised land. And if there is one, I'm not confident right now with the staff that we do have that Tanner's that dude to groom, a quarterback and to get that quarterback on a certain level. I feel good with what Tanner's doing right now. Definitely there's more improvement. There's more things that he needs to adjust and whatnot because earlier on with Breece and I believe everybody's opinions are pretty much valid. Nobody's here saying he's a scrub or anything like that.
Right.
It's just with Breece, they're stacking the box, man. They're always putting people in the box, and it's making it hard to adjust. And it's like the line. All right, I was critical of them, early on and whatnot. I think they're doing a little bit better right now, but it's still like, the defense. Who are we really going up against or whatever? Like, who are we really dominating and moving around and whatnot? And if you look at like the center, Josh Myers, like if you look at him, he was getting bullied, man. Like we don't really have like a good like anchor right now at that center position, and it's important. Titman, I saw him, he was doing his thing, man. He was getting to the second level, man.
Mm-hmm.
On that defense and was really like sealing the lanes, man. He looked really good, but it's like if we don't have a dominant pass game, just something, man. We had a quarterback throw for negative yards in a game. Like what defense is really gonna respect us in the passing game? They're just gonna move it up and whatnot. And then it's like the real conversation then is like, what's been had, and it's all good points. It's like, all right, well, if he ain't gonna be here, we gotta get something for him. All right.
Yeah.
And then it's like those conversations already had. All right. Like I don't feel like they're not talking about this stuff. They have to. And if you're not picking up the phone for Breece, in the trade, like you're not doing your job. At the end of the day, this is a business. All right. And as much as a lot of us like Breece and know he's an asset, if he's not gonna want to sign, if if they're not in the ballpark of where they want to be at both sides, then we just gotta we gotta move on and make it happen rather than just let him walk for nothing because we did use a number 2 second round pick for him, which is a pretty high piece. And
of course
with the durability piece, like he got injured the rookie year, and then after that he seemed pretty good. I know we got that Dalvin Cook. Just as like an insurance kind of piece or whatever, it didn't really work out, but that was the insurance piece, and
sure,
we didn't really utilize him. We just let Breece go. And that 9-11 game, first play on offense, Breece took it damn near 30 yards up the sideline. So, it looked good. But now it's like he's still young. He's a weapon, whether in the passing game or in the run game. And then it's like looking at the numbers, if we overpay, what's overpay? by 1 or 2 more mil. Like we
Basically.
really,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. And then it's like, is we talking about a top 10 talent, I believe, at running back.
Mhm.
Okay, is he the top? I don't think that, man, but he's definitely in the top 10. In that top 10, you need that. So let's say we trade Breece, and what the best we get is like a fourth. No one's going to give us a third, and if
Doesn't
somebody
seem like
does
it.
give if someone does give up a third, just think of the team that's giving that up. It's going to be
Yeah.
a competitor.
Yeah,
It's
and
not going to be
basically a
some.
fourth. Right.
But exact. That's what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
at, man. Because
Yeah.
no scrub team is gonna feel comfortable trading for Brees
Probably
and then
not.
being like, oh yeah, he's gonna want the extension with us. He's not gonna want to leave from us to go to another situation where it's not like winning or whatever, and him trying to just get paid like that. Like I don't think that's the
Mhm.
type of dude that he is. So if he is to go to contender, it's gonna be like a fourth round pick, man. And then how are we getting better at that position? Braylon, I wasn't a believer that Braylon's better than Brees,
Yeah.
but he's gonna be, dude, a whole season
Yeah,
gone.
he's out for the year. Yeah. Yeah.
So the whole season's gone. How do you think he's gonna be next year? He's not gonna jump right back in and be like, this dynamite explosive
Probably
dude. It's
not.
gonna it's gonna take some time. And then you see Isaiah Davis. Yeah, he's serviceable. He's serviceable. He's
Nice
not. He's not.
50-yard run against the Bengals.
Yeah,
Nice.
but what, dude? He got tackled from behind.
Yeah, he did.
Where's the breakaway speed? Brees
Yeah.
gone. Bye bye to the casa. If
Yep.
that was Brees, right? Like with Davis, he ain't got the breakaway speed. I think he's a bruiser.
Mhm.
He could get in between the guards and tackles. He could get you some good yards.
Sure.
But that bell cow, dude, yo, Brees, I was like, man, I wanted to rock something when I heard him like, yo, I want 20, 25
Oh
touches.
yeah, I love that line after the
You know
game.
what I'm
Yeah, that was great.
That's what I want. Yo, give me the damn ball.
Mhm.
Give me the ball. Screw everybody else. What
Mhm.
Lazard, these other cat. Like,
Ah,
no,
Jesus.
give me the rock, man. Give me the ball. Let me create. Like
Yeah.
enough of this stuff. I want to win. Like that's who we need. We need people who want to win, that want the rock, that want the ball. Garrett's another dude, like yelling and screaming, and people last year was like, oh yeah, we should get rid of Garrett. Garrett don't want to be here. Guess what? He doesn't want to be here. All right, these are different makers, man. They want to
Mhm.
change the team, man, and it takes time. All right,
Mhm.
I'm somebody who's like, I've been pissed off with all this stuff or whatever.
Sure.
I ain't
Right.
I ain't got the patience, man. Especially when I'm paying to go see this stuff and not being a season ticket holder anymore. It's like I almost damn near got in a fight with my wife last night because I'm talking to her like, yo, I think I might want to go to this Browns game or whatever. She was like, yo, you're freaking crazy. We got to buy a house. I'm like, I know, but the lower levels, it's under $100.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Yeah, it's
Good
under
deal.
100.
That's unbelievable.
I'm like, damn. But then it's still like, yeah, we feel good with the win, with
Yeah.
the feel good stuff and all that. Like, you did a great job, man, with your watch along. Yo, the energy that you bring, man, is great. I don't know how many people is watching,
I don't
but
know.
I I know
Any?
you're doing your thing. It's great, man. You could tell that you're passionate with what you're doing. You're good too. It's not like you're just sitting there in some quiet space or whatever. Like, you're interactive, you're saying some stuff, and if something in the game happens or whatever, exciting draw, I'm like, oh, let me see how BG's reaction was to said situation.
Oh yeah.
So it's cool, man, and we need this stuff as a
Yeah.
team, and we're 1-7, man. Like how crazy do we look right now? Like being all hey, we gotta yeah, we
See,
gotta
is this? I'm gonna play it again, and I just checked my mentions, and oh boy! So again, this is after the game in the locker room. Jets get their first win of the season at 1-7.
Who wanna fly with them?
me abajo. 5 minutos, see what.
I just got to mention, hey, fuck you, buddy. You're 1-7. I went, oh Jesus, so aggressive this morning. But after that, I played the clip. I'm like, look at the vibes in the locker room. And someone just said, fuck you, buddy. You're 1-7. I'm like, good Lord, can I enjoy a walk in the park without someone just running up to me and trying to punch me in the face? Like Jesus. Yeah, we are 1-7. Yeah.
I don't see, I don't think there's going to be too much more of that, but of those wins. But at least we got something. Just to be
Yeah.
0-7, to be the
Oh
worst
God,
like
that would have been
ever,
awful.
ever of all, like come on, man, like us as fans can't want that.
Definitely not.
Listen, I get wanting that pick,
Sure.
but we'll get something close, man. We'll get something close, and then we just build on top of that. And it doesn't look like, hey, we're going to playoffs next year. We got to just see, man. We did get some serviceable pieces like
Oh
that
yeah.
Brownlee kid.
What a kid. Yeah.
Yo,
Nice.
man. He's in there. He's trying to be around the ball, man. Like, and Michael Carter, I was critical of Carter last year when JD gave him that
Oh
bag,
yeah.
and
Big
I
money.
got slack, man. I got a lot of heat for that. Okay. BG, could you come back to me? We got a
Of
little
course.
situation in the
Oh,
kitchen.
good Lord. Okay. Chef Kevin Gilbert on the scene, if you know what I mean. Okay. Well, I've got some things I wanted to show, Chef. So, Ryan McCarthy, hang on tight to your comments. I'll be getting to those in a second. The only thing I would say to Chef, and I love Chef, is I think the offensive line was pretty damn good. Let's look at both of these. The Jets offensive tackle duo of Arma Membu and Olu Fashanu, 37 pass blocking snaps each. Not a single pressure allowed, and both of these cats are under 24 years of age. Nice. Joe Tippmann was the number one guard in pass protection in week 8, 88.3 at right guard. Nice. Josh Myers even. Okay, PFF grade 80.2, the second best center pass blocking grade from week 8. So even Josh Myers was aight. The offensive tackles, aight. Joe Tippmann, aight. Well, old John Simpson didn't make the graphic, but that's all right. It's all right, Johnny. Can't be perfect, I suppose. But some pretty good on the offensive line. Pretty good trench warfare there. Let's go back to the phone lines. We have 900 people in the room. Good Lord. Things are popping this morning. Hey, everybody. I'm Paul Liston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, hop on over to YouTube, youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Make sure you join the growing army. 10K is what we're trying to get to. We're at 8,100 and change on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for daily New York Jets content. Up next, Easy joins us on the show. Easy.
Hey, good morning. Obviously, Chef Kevin didn't hear the interview with Breece Hall when he was telling him, with Garrett out, he's like, "You got to give me the rock.
I think
gotta
that's
have
what he
that
was
rock."
talking about. I think that's the
Yeah,
quote he was referencing.
he did. I don't know if he heard that because but my thing with Breece is, and this is probably with a lot of the guys on the Jets who are like upper echelon players.
Okay.
I think there's this fine line of, do I leave and go to a contender, or do I want to be here and really, really enjoy it when we turn this thing around?
100%.
I think there's kind of that fine line because there's that loyalty piece of you. The Jets drafted you and paid you, and the ownership wants to win. I really never had a problem with Woody Johnson.
Right.
Woody Johnson has never lied to this team. Now, when he first bought the team, he made a promise that first chance he got, he would move the Jets back to New York. And he tried. I mean, he tried. He tried to build, he had this whole thing set up on the West Side Highway of New York City in Manhattan, right next to the Javits Center, where they were going to build this big, beautiful building adjacent to the Javits Center. And the Dolan family, who owned MSG, killed it. They went and paid off all these freaking guys, all these New York politicians in upstate New York to kill the deal because he wanted his Felt Forum and the MSG to be the main place to have all these conventions and stuff. And he was so damn petrified that if the Jets had that building built on the West Side Highway, that it would kill his stuff. So James Dolan is the one who killed it. Woody legitimately tried to make that promise come true and bring the Jets back. And then when that failed, he just went in with the Mara family and said, well, we'll just build a new stadium right in the parking lot and do that. But he did try to bring the Jets back here. He legitimately did. So I never had a problem with Woody Johnson.
Yeah.
He always pays.
Yeah.
Now, is he a little bit maybe on the spectrum because of the way he handles the social aspects of things? But then again, very rich people are a little weird. Very rich, smart people can be a little bit, a little weird.
I'd like to get weird. I'd like to be rich. I'd love to be.
Smart. Smart people are weird. There's
Yeah.
that fine line between crazy and genius,
Sure.
which is, I'm not
Very
saying I'm
fine
a
line.
genius, but I am definitely a little crazy. So maybe there's that little bit in there. But no, I liked my idea with Breece.
Yep.
4 years, yeah, it was 40 million.
Yeah,
4 years, 40 million, 27 guaranteed.
I'd sign up for
But
that.
the fourth year is an option.
Sure.
And you could give him like maybe 7 this year, 7 the second year, and then extend it out. The other thing is, I remember when you were telling me that you have dead cap hits.
Correct. Yep.
How do you structure a contract so you don't have big dead cap hits towards the end of contracts if you trade the guy? Like
Void
if
years.
the other void, yeah, like if the other team that you trade him to on the void years is going to pick up the contract, how come you still get hit with dead cap space money? I
Yeah.
never understood that.
Yeah, so basically if it's like that's why people make the joke that there's Jets ghost of yesteryear. So like we could be in 2025 and there could be I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know who is on this year, but there have
Right.
been years where like Tyler Conklin's no
Well,
longer on the team
Rodgers is
and
dead.
his ghost
We're
is there. Aaron Rodgers, he's a perfect example.
We're still
His ghost
paying
was
Aaron
here.
Rodgers.
Right. He's
Yeah.
not on the team yet. We're still paying him. If the Jets moved on for Justin Fields, we'll see whatever happens. Now, he would be hanging on their cap next year for 22 million in dead cap. So, yeah, there's all these. So Aaron Rodgers here this year and next year, even though he's playing for some other team, or he could be retired in Maui, it wouldn't matter. Those are written into stone. So the Jets have to eat that no matter what those players are doing.
Is there a way to do that where they just like the bonus money eats up all the dead cap? Like give that money right now while the guy is still here playing,
Sure.
so that it's not crazy.
There is a way that you could just run the contract as is, and then you don't do funky stuff. No void years. Now there's no ghost in tomorrow, but you just have to eat all the money sooner. So like, let's just make math simple. Breece Hall gets a 2-year deal for 20 million. 20 million total, and it's just 10 million in 2026, 10 million in 2027, and that's it. Boom, boom, he's gone. There's no money hit after he's gone. So you can do it straight up, but a lot of teams like to, mess around with the numbers.
Well, the reason I want to give him a 4-year contract, I mean, even though it does like void years at the end, it's for his peace of mind. It's rewarding him.
Security, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the O-line now is finally starting to solidify. I still think we need one more guy because I love AVT. Don't get me wrong. He is our best as far as talent offensive lineman. But he's glass. He's made of glass. He's been hurt every single year but one, I think.
Sure.
And even that one year he was out like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So I mean, it gets to a point where you have to get a guy. Maybe he's one notch below him, but he plays every week and he's still real good and you can count on him. I mean, you don't necessarily need to have a first team all pro as long as you have a Pro Bowl caliber guy.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe second or third team all pro is if he's there every week, I'll take that guy over the first team all pro who only plays 7-8 games in 4 years. It's just unfortunate. I love AVT.
Sure.
He's a great kid.
Yeah.
Good football player when he's there. So I would try to trade him.
Maybe you can.
Not because it's not because I don't love the guy. It's because I don't trust his ability to stay on the field.
And trust is so important in a relationship. Yeah.
But like I was saying, if we do this draft, the reason I am praying to God for Justin Fields to turn this around is I really want to try to get I want to like buy and sell right now a little bit, see what we can do. But I think the most important position we need in next year's draft, I think we need a wide receiver, like an absolute top flight wide receiver to complement
G-Dub.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Because look at how good Miami was last year and the year before.
Okay.
When they had Waddle and Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, who you gonna cover? One of those guys was always open every play. And to his credit, when his bean is not scrambled, the guy's a great thrower.
And
He
hey, even
really
go to the
is.
Eagles. The Eagles may be even a better example, right? Because they got Devontae
Yes.
Smith and AJ Brown, both are getting paid high money. They just won the Super Bowl last year, paying
You
both of those guys.
gotta have two guys. And now they got Saquon. They got a
Sure.
three-headed monster over there.
Yeah.
And then they got a quarterback who can run you over. If you're
Oh.
if you're a cornerback or a safety, do you really want to
Business
tackle
decisions.
Jalen Hurts?
That's a lot of man. A lot of man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I like Brownlee so
Yeah.
much. On our guy Brownlee.
Yeah.
He's
a tackler.
He's a tackler. Sauce will shy away. Sauce will tackle if he has to. He's never
He's
going to let
trying.
it. If he's one-on-one, he's not going to just like freaking crumble. But if there's like three other guys around, and I've been watching them, Sauce really carefully. If there's three guys converging, and he's the fourth guy, he always kind of backs off just a touch.
That's fine with me. I don't want him to get hurt. So,
I understand that. I get that. But if he's one-on-one, he will try to tackle a guy.
For sure.
He
gets saucy.
He's a big guy. I mean, what is he? 6'4", 6'3"?
I think he's
6'3", 6'3" and a half, something like that.
What do they have him listed at? My guess would be 6'3" and a half. But let's see.
He's close to 6'3". He's a big guy.
Officially, he is. Yeah, you're right. 6'3", 190. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should put on 10 pounds. I would love for him to put on 10 pounds.
Well, hey, if we give him some of that Chef Kev food, he's going to be putting on a lot more than that.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
God bless. Care, appreciate you. Some easy here on the program. Two of my favorite letters in the alphabet. What a guy. Anywho, let's get back to the phone lines. Chef Kev, and by the way, Chef Kev, before we go any further, there was two shout-outs here that I want to get to. Ryan McCarthy sent in a super chat member shout-out here. Appreciate you, pal. Wow. Chef Kev Legend, he's been a member for 1 month here on the Boy Green Coffee Club. And then he sent another message here saying, good morning, Coffee Club. I got a chance to stop by the Cloverleaf Tavern while I was in New Jersey 2 weeks ago and met Chef Kev. Great chef, even better dude.
Yes, let's go. My man.
Ryan McCarthy, baby. There you go.
Nah, good dude, man. In the area, had a little chat at the bar, man.
Nice.
Talking that Jet stuff, man. But also wanted to, try the food and whatnot, and had a good time, man. You know the place, man. The doors open, man. Everybody, if I'm here, just ask the server, like, oh, chef here. I'll come out. We'll talk a little bit.
Some autographs, pictures, kiss some babies.
Yeah, we no autograph. We do the picture stuff or whatever. Someone wants me to sign something, that's fine.
All right,
it's weird signing stuff, but I've signed chef coats and other things or whatever.
Wow! Oh, I gotta buy a chef coat so you can sign it. Sign it. I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. Ooh, I got that's on the bingo card next. Ooh, I like that. Mm-hmm.
I got you. My apologies before this. The staff thought that we had the health inspector. The health inspector was here a month ago or so.
Yeah.
And, we passed with flying colors, but I'm like, wait, what? It's supposed to just come like, once a year or whatever. So it was basically like the fire department. They just wanted to check on, the Ansel, make sure everything, was working right. I had to give them the passcodes and, make sure everything's good. They here still, taking care of it. But I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on here? So yeah, my fault, man. We was in the Breece conversations, man, and
oh sure,
it's all good talks, man. It's all good stuff. It don't really matter what kind of side you're on. For me, the only part that I care about is if it makes the team better, and if it doesn't make the team better this year, that's fine. If it makes the team better next year, then I'm with it. It's just hard for me to see like us getting better without having Breece because of the options that we do have. I feel like hitting him in the flats, pass block, just chipping on somebody and then leaking out. That also helps too for check downs for Justin because with what he had going on, and I didn't really touch on Justin, but with his progressions and everything, it has been suspect, man. So. I know he did have a good game. It was against a a bad Bengals team that was pretty banged up, but he couldn't do it alone, man.
Yeah.
And Breece, I felt like Breece was a big part of that.
Hmm.
So with the topic that led off, man, it's like, does this make financial sense? Are we going to put ourselves in a hole? And I don't really think so, man, because it's also, what are we doing on the line with AVT, with Simpson, and with their money? Like, with Brees's injury, it's not like it's something consistent where it's like, oh my God, once he touches the ball, once he gets tackled, like, you're afraid about something. It's like AVT, every time he lines up, it's like, oh man, it's like, is it this time? You're worried about him during training camp, like,
Hmm.
something getting messed up or whatever. And it wasn't even the legs or nothing like that. It was just like his arm or whatever. So, it's some freak stuff, man. And, it's a little disappointing, but if we could just fix up the line, maybe get a prove it deal with AVT, that could save us some money then to kind of, flood over to Brees and
Sure.
give him something, serviceable. Give him a small bag and almost like on some prove it type thing where it's like, hey, we'll give this to you for a couple of years and then, we can revisit this. And maybe by that time, if he breaks out into this whatever kind of cat, like, hey, there's not a lot of game breaking running backs in the league. And if you have one, you're on a good team. That you don't really see a lot of great running backs on bad teams. It's like Barry Sanders is the only one that really sticks out to me where he was just on some horrific teams year after year after year, and
Oof.
he's one of the greatest rushing running backs of all time.
Sure.
You don't have those in the league right now. Um,
Right. All the other ones are winners. Emmitt Smith, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Walter Payton, Super Bowl. Jerome Bettis, Super Bowl. Like, damn. You think about everybody else that's in that list. It's Barry Sanders. I guess Curtis Martin, didn't win the championships with us, and that's what
mhm.
Greeny was talking about a couple days ago. I guess he's in there for that. Although he did go to that Super Bowl with the Patriots before he came over to the Jets. They lost
Correct.
that one. But
Yep.
yeah, Barry Sanders all by himself. All by himself.
But then it's the passing game. Like
Yeah.
I hear I think Easy said the other day about wanting like a wide receiver
Yeah.
in the draft. Like, yeah, of course, man. But we also need somebody that could get the ball to the wide receivers. So, off that priority list, we got
It's
to go
true.
with that,
Yeah.
that gunslinger,
Mhm.
that franchise, hopefully difference maker
Mhm.
at the helm. If it isn't Justin, which who knows, man? Like, I'm not going to talk about the man's faith and all that. It seemed like
Right,
he
right.
went through some dark
For
stuff where,
sure.
he was crying all that. I ain't gonna lie, like, I felt bad for him,
Yeah.
but it's like, it's on him at the end of the day. He's the one that
Of
has
course.
the pigskin in his hand, and he's the one that could let it rip or just not and make decisions and all that. And I feel like with how Tanner was scheming stuff up, when you're looking at the game, everything is pretty fast. If we can see stuff open, it's like, yo, you're not supposed to wait until the wide receiver gets open to throw the ball. You're supposed to throw it into spots at this level. And he's not doing, he's just, waiting, and then the pocket collapses and then he gets sacked. And he's not even like looking to move either, scrambling, like if he doesn't see the first or second and then just tuck it and go, like it isn't even that kind of stuff. It almost looks like scared kind of stuff before, but seeing like how he willed himself, man, like, yo, it was quite impressive. And it seemed like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders kind of deal. And him being vulnerable, saying that he was crying and all that kind of stuff. It's like, he was deflecting about saying that the stuff wasn't getting to him, that he wasn't seeing that, but it's obvious, man. He's a young dude,
Definitely.
right? So
Definitely. Yeah.
he's going to look at the stuff. He's not going to admit it, but he's going to look at the stuff. He
For
hears it.
sure.
He got family
100%.
and friends that are telling him all this kind of stuff, and that's why he got
Teammates.
like that.
All of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I love Indy, man. He had a great call earlier. When he's on great calls and all that, but
Of course.
I don't felt like what he did helps. I agree.
Definitely not.
We all agree with what he said, but for Justin, just for his like to make him like feel, what is it, like confident or something, confident in his abilities. Like Woody wasn't saying things where it was like, yeah, we believe in this guy. Yeah, he's our quarterback.
I
Like, he
guess
wasn't
it did
saying
motivate him though, right? So thanks,
something
Woody.
happened, but I don't think it was Woody, man. I don't think
Okay.
it was like, oh yeah, let me prove Woody wrong. Like, I
Okay.
don't think it was that. I think it actually hurt a little bit. Just knowing like, damn, man, the owner of the team that I'm playing for is, talking to me this way. I'm just assuming him.
Yeah.
I would take it differently, but I'm thinking for him because of him in this kind of state, like for us normal folks, man, this guy got 30 guaranteed M's. Like you in a closet crying, man. Like I get we don't have any wins or anything like that, but you gotta be a man and take on this responsibility. This is New York, man. This ain't nowhere else, man. And coming into the situation that the lights are brighter than anywhere else. There's a spotlight right on you. You're literally taking over a job where a Hall of Fame quarterback used to throw the ball or whatever. So now you're in this position. Yeah, you're here with a couple of your college buddies, but now you're on the big stage, and on this stage you're failing. You're failing miserably. We're looking bad. We're a laughing stock. All this stuff, man. I can't really say a lot of good things at 0-7. You saw, man. I was getting ripped up being 0-7. I had us winning 6 games this year, man. Even me saying, hey, we're gonna win 6 games, I'm still getting ripped on or whatever. But at this point, man, it's like, you feel bad for him that he was in that kind of place or whatever. And you just hope that this is something to kind of motivate and build from. And, we play the Browns next, so it's not like we're playing the Chiefs, not like we're playing the Eagles. We're not playing any powerhouses.
We can stack them. Are you saying there's a chance, Chef? Huh?
Against the Browns, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. 2 in a row.
It's a home game. I told you. I almost got in an argument with my wife last night about going this damn game.
You going? Who won the argument? That's what we want to know.
There's a chance.
Oh, hey now. All right.
The thing is, man, it's like you have some young kids, man. My son's 10.
Yeah.
All right. In 8 years, he's out the crib.
Yep.
He's college all 8 years, man. Yeah. And for those older coffee club members that have kids, they already know, they already been through this stuff. So it's like me, and also living in the area. The stadium's 15 minutes from my house, man.
That's cool.
I get the money and all that.
Yeah, of course. Right.
The experience and all. It's like at the end of the day, man. It's like for me, it's always been family. Mm-hmm. It's always been family. We have a lot of fathers, a lot of grown men here, on the channel.
Yes.
It's we lost someone. We lost Mango. Yeah. I'm the same age as him. He got 4 kids, man.
4 kids and a wife, yeah, man.
All this money and all that, like you can't take it with you, man.
100%.
Once you're not here, like that's it, man. So for me, it's like, what kind of impact can I make on my family, on my friends, on my peers, everybody around me? Some of this, it's deeper, man. It's deeper than just the game. It's deeper than just, hey, I'm putting money in Woody's pocket. Man, he don't care about my whatever money.
Yeah.
If we all boycott, guess what? He's not going to sell the team, man.
Definitely not.
It's not.
Absolutely not. No.
I think with Dolan and the Knicks, like I think he's a worse owner than Woody, in my opinion, because he's the dude. He bans people.
Charles Oakley. Come on, man.
What he did to Oak, man.
That's fucked up.
He did stuff to Spreewell. I could go on about him, but I don't want to, get down that path or whatever. It's for me, man. It's the experience, man. It's the bonds, man. What I could do with my son, and guess what? We're playing the championship game this Sunday for his team. He knows what winning's like, to be on, like to play, to watch. Yeah. It's what we watching, but to play, he's a winner. And even if we lose this game, which I have confidence we'll win, but even if we lose this game, guess what? You played in a championship game, man. It's pretty cool. 10 years old, and he's playing at 11 UT. He first played football last year at 9U. We didn't have a 10U team, so he went straight to 11s. He's playing with the big boys.
Wow.
All right. It's football. Football is different, man, with the weights and the muscle and the speed and all kind of stuff. And he's there. He's learning, man. So
did you give him the speech at Cloverleaf Tavern, like Mike Singletary said, "We want winners," and he kind of like built that into it? It's like, boy, you're he's got this crazy YouTube channel where he's super popular and famous, fast food reviews. Now he's winning football championships on the precipice of stacking rings on the finger. He said in 8 years he's jumping out of the house saying, "See ya, pops! I'm going to see the world." And man, oh man, you guys are the Gilbert family. Good Lord. You guys are a factory of cranking out successful people. I mean, good Lord have mercy. Wow.
I think, hey man, it's there's trials and tribulations, man. It's rags are riches stories, and
Well, y'all are
I don't
making
have
it
a, I
look
don't have a
easy.
ton
I
of
mean,
money, man.
shoot.
For me, rich ain't the money, man.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter how much money's in your bank account to be rich, man. If you got the
Damn straight.
family, if you're happy, I don't care who you believe in,
Yep.
what kind of religions you worship, what you do, man. As long as you believe in something, as
Mm-hmm.
long as you're a good person, you do well by people. That's all for me. That's all, man. That's rich, man. If you're a good dude, and we
Yeah,
met a bunch of them, man. I met a
for
bunch,
sure.
for the tailgate
Mm-hmm.
over that weekend, man. Over the boy Greenwoody, weekend
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
extravaganza. A lot of great folks, man. And we ain't driving up in Bentleys and all
Nope.
other kinds of stuff. We
Heck
just
no.
normal folks, man.
Yep.
That love this team that isn't performing too well.
Just
But
not.
we got to win where at least for 2 weeks, we could feel a little good. I'm getting high fives and hugs from people at my job. Like I actually played in the game.
That's
They're like,
phenomenal.
"Oh, great,
I love.
great win."
Way to go, man! Congrats. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yo, it's cool that we got this zero thing off our back. That we got the one. All
Yeah.
right, I'm,
Thank God.
I got to be real.
Yeah.
I don't see too much, but for this Browns game, come on, can we see something? Can we see the defense rebound,
Yeah.
knowing that Flacco,
Yeah.
carved us up
Come on.
for
It's
what,
Dylan
38
Gabriel
points?
we're playing after the bye, for God's sakes. Like, come on, man.
Dylan Gabriel, he reminds me of Dan Orlovsky. Like there's literally no way we can lose
Come on,
to
man.
get Dylan
No way.
Gabriel. Like
No way.
come the defense got to show up, and that was what was
Oh,
like for me a bad thing to see.
yeah.
Clemens getting cooked by Flock. Yo, man, I could beat Flacco. I feel confident with that
Ah.
I could beat Flacco in a 40-yard dash, man. Clemens belly flopping on the ground,
Oh, that's terrible.
and
Third and
not
12.
only that,
Oh,
he's like slamming the ground, like angry afterwards.
yeah.
Dude, get your goofy ass up and go after play. You slamming the ground because you just got embarrassed, dude.
What are you doing, man? What a
Flacco just
bastard.
beat you like
Wow.
for a first down, man.
Third and 12. His 40-year-old old ass was that creaky cart. And then Michael Clemens, you're beastly. Apparently, as everyone compliments your physique, but you can't get that old bastard, with that white speed. Come on, man. What the hell?
That was tough to see, man.
Yeah,
But it's like, yo, it's every week, so it's like
that's
it's
true, I
almost like
guess.
we're like I'm numb. I'm numb to just knowing I'm
Sure,
gonna see
right.
some foolery out of this guy. Yeah, keep his goofy ass in the middle to just at tackle just to just run up straight like an idiot or whatever. He has no
Yeah,
techniques. There's literally
definitely.
dude. I don't see any great techniques or forms out of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Strong, big, whatever. AG sees something, man. I just think we don't
Apparently.
really have anything to replace him. We didn't address the tackle situation in the draft or in free agency. Yeah, we made a couple trades or whatever, but to still see Clemens out there doing this stuff, man. Like
That's very
I
strange.
gotta see the positives. I think Indy's trolling to be honest, man. Like there's
That
there's
feels
no
right.
way
Yeah.
he really feels that this dude is what Ring of Honor. I think he said that
Yeah,
gotta
right.
be
He
that
says
gotta
that
be
all
the
the time. Yeah.
trolling stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
man.
Well,
But yeah, no, I appreciate you, BG, man. Indy, I know, Indy, man. I know you feel, that's your man. I ain't gonna throw too many jabs. Just what I see, man.
yeah.
I don't know the dude as a person, but I was amped up when I saw him coming. What was it? Training camp, I think it was, with that barbed wire bat.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was doing. Yeah, he
I'll
was
tell
shirtless and over.
that was like the highest I felt like good. Like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's gonna
Look at
be an
this guy,
animal.
this freak. But
Shirtless, jacked all
yeah,
crazy. I'm like, oh,
mhm.
he's gonna kill some people in training camp.
And nothing.
I think that was the hype, man.
That
I
was
bought it.
unfortunately.
I bought it.
Yep. Yep. That's where the peak was. But we didn't know it was the good days until the good days were gone. Apparently that was the peak. Yeah.
That was it. But hey, man, shout out to you again, man. Coffee Club members, keep pumping out that great content. that interview you did with Greeny, man, that was special, man. That was pretty cool to see. I think
Thanks,
I think
brother.
you nailed it, man. Just keep up the great work, man. Looking forward to seeing more of the stuff, man.
Let's go. The legend, Chef Kevin Gilbert, and maybe going to the Cleveland game. We'll see what the missus says, I suppose. We have over 1,000 people in the room. That's what happens when the Jets start winning ball games, baby. Welcome into the 1,000 plus that are watching on the Boy Green Facebook page, the Boy Green YouTube page, and at Boy Green25 on Twitter. Appreciate you guys. I do daily New York Jets content every single day. You guys can check all that out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/BoyGreen25. I'll throw up that here on the screen. Actually, you guys can just see it. I mean, it's right there. It's youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Make sure you guys like the video again. Hit subscribe as we continue to grow. Indy says it here. Hit the like button, baby. Free way to contribute to the program. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's jump over back to the phone lines. Another fiery New York Jets content creator that's taken over the universe is none other than Ricky New York Live.
How you doing, Paul?
Fired up, baby. What's up, Ricky?
So, real quick, shout out to Chef Kev. I did not get to meet him, but that is now on my bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
And I had somebody who was at the tailgate that I asked about the food, and they said it wasn't anything crazy, but I'll tell you what, Chef Kev makes just regular food, but makes it better than everybody. So, like if he makes you a hamburger, it's going to be the best hamburger you ever had. So that was the review that I got. So yeah, meeting Chef Kev is definitely on the bucket list now.
All right, same for me to meet you, Ricky. So hopefully those things that Venn diagram gets a kiss here over the next couple of years. Chef Kev will continue to be at our tailgate. So hopefully that's where we see Ricky, baby. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know I'm coming to a home game next year. I don't know what one yet, but I'll keep in touch and we'll coordinate that.
Oh, please do.
So at any rate, so Justin Fields said he was in his closet crying.
Jesus.
Then he shows up on Sunday and has by far his best game as a New York Jet. Is that Justin Fields has come out of the closet?
Well, welcome. We're very accepting, progressive people. So, Justin, welcome out, baby.
Yeah. So, and to be fair, he didn't. We didn't have any real context to that. I mean, there's more than one way to cry. I mean, for all we know, after Woody's comments, he was in the closet laughing so hard he was crying. You know, we don't know what types of tears those were, but you know what, Woody is possibly the best and worst motivational. The last show I called Woody an accidental genius because he wrecked Fields, and then Fields came out and played probably his best game.
Yeah.
You know, Woody needs to get on TV this week and say, you know, well, he had one good game. There, you know, there's nothing to say he can do it again. Like Woody needs to say some more shit before this Browns game.
I agree.
Let's keep this thing rolling.
Absolutely.
At any rate, dude, I'm still in a good mood. I'm just happy that we won. You know what? Aaron Glenn will not be one and done. You know what else won't be one and done? Jets wins for this season.
Yeah.
Let's keep this thing going. Hell yeah. Go Jets. Everybody have a great day.
There he is, Ricky New York Live. Make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel as well, Ricky New York Live. It is that YouTube channel, so I would love it. Yeah, Woody, yeah, that's a perfect way to do it. Ricky said it beautifully. Just in one game, is that all you got, loser? And then send it back crying to his closet. If that helps, let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the show. Fun show. If you guys missed it, and again, you're just coming in the room, I know we have people coming in and out about the Jets changing their stance on the Breece Hall trade. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below, but here's basically the skinny. NFL insider Dan Graziano says his belief was that it was a slam dunk that Breece Hall was going to get traded before the trade deadline. And then recent success, including that Week 8 Cincinnati Bengals game, has had the Jets going, now wait just a second. People are, quote-unquote, leery in the building of trading Breece Hall because of what he just showed and afraid that that's going to happen on other teams and that they want to keep him, and there's a thought to extend him and all this other stuff, so of making some of those changes. So that is from Dan Graziano. That article came out this morning right before the show, so that's what we did the show on. So that was it, and that the Jets are strongly considering keeping one Breece Hall, and that it would take some crazy offer, apparently, to strip him from the team. Dan Graziano believed that the Jets were going to just send him to the highest bidder pre this recent change. Who's the highest bidder? It's a fifth. All right, a fifth. But now they're not just looking to give him to the highest bidder. They have a price, as every player has on the team. And if that price isn't met, they ain't getting moved. So that apparently is the latest buzz happening there, baby. Shout out to all you guys. I'm seeing all the wonderful compliments. Brian Farrell, love you, Boy Green. Slap that like button or like button, which is the same, you animal. So I agree with Brian. That would be wonderful. So keep that going. Have a nice day, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I will give two plugs. Number one, here, of course, Boy Green Daily. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. That's youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Subscribe on YouTube. Jump on over. If you're on your phone, tablet, computer, whatever right now, jump on over. We have 1,000 people in the room, so you guys could help us get a lot closer to that 10,000 goal. If you're not subscribed to Boy Green Daily and you subscribe right now, that's one way to do it. Here's another way. I'm going to try to hook you guys up because that's the kind of guy I am. Here is another YouTube channel on my screen. I was a part of a radio show that was on air for 25 years. If you look up in the history books, we are the longest running Syracuse sports talk radio show in history of this city, which I am absolutely humbled to say. And it was a great ride. I was there for 10 of those 25 years, and they were amazing. Our show is no longer on terrestrial radio. If you go to the radio station, we're not there anymore. We're fully digital, like this YouTube world. You guys can subscribe to that channel right here. Number one, if you want to do it just to support me because you like me and say, hey, I'd do it for Boy Green, do it for that reason. If you want another reason, again, I'll give you a hookup right now. We have a $400 brand spanking new Cleveland Driver Golf Club. We're giving it away. It's free. If you guys live local, I'll hand it to you in person. If you live far away, then I'll ship it to you. If you want a chance at a $400 Cleveland golfer, there's no catch, there's no twist. The only thing you have to do is be subscribed to the channel that's right there on your screen. That is youtube.com/MC Show Digital. That's all you have to do. Subscribe to that show. It's free to subscribe. If you're one of our first 500 subscribers, you're eligible for that golf club. So again, we're about 150 away. So we have 1,000 people in the room. It's guaranteed that 150 of you 1,000. If you go right now to this YouTube channel, again, if you guys get it right now, we have a live show coming up in an hour and a half at 11 o'clock, a little more than an hour and a half. We'll give away that golf club live on the show. So folks, of the 1,000 people there in the room, go to youtube.com/MC Show Digital. We do daily sports content. So we do weekly interviews with Jake Acid. We talk Jets. We talk NFL. We're going to have PFF NFL analyst Dalton Wasserman on the show. Right now, stop what you're doing. Take a sec. We have 1,100 people in the room now. The numbers keep climbing. Jump over right now if you're one of the first 500 subscribers to this YouTube channel on your screen. Again, youtube.com/MC Show Digital. You have a chance to win that $400 or $500 golf club, Cleveland Driver. It's brand spanking new. Go to that link, ding, ding, right there on your screen and hit that subscribe button. It is easy to do, baby. And we'll continue to do free giveaways. So if you miss out, somehow we have a bum rush. All you guys are running over to YouTube to subscribe to that channel right now, and you're 501 or 502. Don't worry. Stay subscribed because, folks, we're going to have more free giveaways at every mile marker as we continue to grow this channel. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys can subscribe to that channel that is on your screen, baby. We would really appreciate it. So please make sure you guys do. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the program. Means the world. Appreciate you guys. And what an absolute treat this show has been. An absolute treat indeed. So everybody enjoy the day, and I'll be back on again live. You guys can light up the comment section for that show. We'll be live at 11 o'clock, so about an hour and 45 away, and we have a special treat for everyone that will be tuning in. A special reveal will be happening. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see